While Microsoft Flight Simulator has been nominated for the Ultimate Game of the Year award, it's time to take a look at the future of how more exciting things can be. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe for future releases on this regard. The more number of add-ons, the more exciting this simulator can get. We have another round of add-ons coming up from a very well-established developer. But before anything, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't subscribed by clicking on the bell button for future releases. Gaya Simulations. We have heard this name quite often across various platforms. Founded in 2014, this has increased its reputation over the years with not just sceneries and airports, but with the help of a very useful tool amongst its developments, which is 3D art assets. Gaya Simulations have one thing in mind: to create high quality sceneries and authentic content. Compare their airports amongst other major airports and you can see a vast difference in this arena. It's always quite exciting to see content get better by the year. Spread across different platforms over the years like X-Plane 11, Prepare 3D and Microsoft FSX, this is quite a frontrunner in the development world. The latest news from Gaya Simulations to lean itself towards Microsoft Flight Simulator is quite some news. We did see the partnerships create very recently. With the developments that have been ongoing with other platforms, this looks like a better time investment towards Microsoft. So far there were 5 airports that were introduced by Gaya Simulations, which were the LIRQ, which is the Firenze Airport, the LOWW, which is the Vienna International Airport, the EDDT, which is the Berlin Tegel Airport, the LGKO, as well as the LOWZ, which is the ZAMC Airfield. All these 5 airports are quite well furnished. They include high quality PBR textures that can get more attention from users with well handcrafted areas in and around the airport. The recent news coming from Gaya Simulations can give us a better idea of what more we can hope to see from this developer. On the highest level, we should see the following airports come out soon, which include the LOIJ, that is the St. Johann Airfield, the LSZH, which is the Zurich International Airport, EDDM, which is the Munich Airport, the LAZA, EGSS, SBRJ, KBID, which is the Block Island Airport, the ENCN, as well as the updated version of the Vienna Airport. There are totally 8 new airports that will be soon out after the recent announcement, and this is just the first announcement. The LOIJ, that's the St. Johann Airfield, is a regular public use airport that's located in Austria, specifically in the region of Tyrol. Includes different PBR textures and static objects in and around the airport that is not far from Zell am See, which is the LOWZ airport. The Zurich airport looks more detailed with 3D modeling areas that are currently in progress. This is the largest international airport of Switzerland and a hub for Swiss Airlines. The EDMM Munich airport is currently in development, while the LAZA Lugano airport looks great with every detail of the airport covered. The SBRJ, which is the Rio e Janeiro Santo Dumont airport, looks quite interesting as the EGSS airport. It appears that the developers have spent quite some time to furnish every aspect and detail of how exactly the airport would look like and how they have designed and how well they can align well with the current platform. With the first announcement of 8 airports was quite enough for end users like us. However, Gaya Simulations surprised us with a second announcement towards the development of airports specifically on the Greek islands. It looks more interesting as 9 airports are now under development specifically under this territory. So far as we know, it's split into 3 packs. Under the first package of the island airports includes the LGIK, LGKY and the LGLE airport. All these 3 airports are not far from one another, which are basically the Icaria Island, the Kylmnos Island, as well as the Leros Municipal Airport. Most of these airports in the islands have limited runways, and therefore you wouldn't be surprised to see limited runways with just 4,500 feet of runways. It's quite a challenge for all users like us to see how efficiently we can land our beautiful planes on these. Under the second pack of the Greek islands, the LGMT, which is the Mytilene International Airport, the LGSO, which is the Syros Island National Airport, and the LGPA, which is the Old Paros National Airport, are again close to one another. We should expect this to have 100% utilization of PBR technologies with handcrafted objects. Most of these airports have seasonal routes that welcome European airlines, which include Finnair, Jet2, TUI, Eurowings during summer. The third pack includes another 3 airports, which are LGML, which is the Milos Island National Airport, the LGPL, which is the Astypalia Island National Airport, and the LGNX, which is the Naxos Island National Airport. The added vegetation in and around the airport always looks better. Again, these islands have short runways, however the destinations are quite beautiful, which include Kos, Leros, Rhodes and Athens. We have to realize and understand that only few developers like Orbix, Gaya Simulations, DC Designs and many other well-known developers have spent a good amount of time in research and development. You might confuse yourself onto understanding why are we seeing so many new developers who just port maps from their old platforms towards new platforms. That's really not research and development. However, big names like Gaya Simulations, Orbix, etc. spend a lot of time and effort not only just working on the first layer of the code which have been comprehended by their teams. They also try to understand the nitty-gritty details of how every layer of developments can be done by implementing and using the latest tools, observing changes on the new platforms and meeting more than the expectations of the end users. So please keep in mind when you see products from these big names, you should expect a high quality product. The common denominator amongst all these developers are that they focus on many details that include airport terminals, towers, objects, and vehicles based on different regions of the world. They also pay attention towards surroundings as well as any historic features if it's present. Other areas of the airport can always include jetways, textured taxiway signs, static aircrafts, environmental factors, and surrounding areas of the airport where it applies. Looking at all the screenshots, the ground textures look quite convincing. All these things can really matter in terms of cosmetic areas of the code. They can always be more real and the end user can feel like they are a part of that journey. Some of the airports try to include landmarks, and landmarks always add more value towards these packages. The use of high resolution PBR materials is a must from these developers, which add more value towards the final product. If you take a good look at what Orbix have done with their latest plans, they've actually teamed up with the best development teams trying to make a stronger front so that they can focus on building a stronger base towards the development aspect under sceneries and airports. There are a vast amount of things to focus when creating products like these, and with the help of latest tools can always support better technologies and deliver better HDR lighting capacities with custom buildings and other various ground clutter objects within the code. We have seen the textures on the handcrafted airports using some form of texture illusion to create a 3D interior. However, Gaya Simulations have focused well on the entire part of the code, not just the interiors, also making the exterior parts the finest. It's understandable that while these developments are in progress, we should hope to see them release in the coming days for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Looking at the current challenges as well as the current accomplishments, we wouldn't be surprised to see much more refined products on other platforms such as Xplane and Prepare 3D. We can never go wrong when it comes to developments from big names such as Gaya Simulations, Orbix, FSim Studios, A2A Simulations, and other top players. We certainly can't be happier with the partnership of Gaya Simulations. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe by clicking on the bell button on future releases on this regard. Do leave a thumbs up if you like this video. This can always matter to me. We're going to expect to see many more updates coming along the way from Microsoft Flight Simulator. So have a good rest of the day and stay tuned.